Good morning, YouTubers. Scuba Chris here, on location, ready to hike in. So what we're going to use today, I'm going to be whipping and I'm going to be dunking. And what I'm going to be dunking with is with this beautiful customized 13-foot IRW. I mean, this is such a great rod. It's one of my favorite rods. The company kind of started back in the 80s with Kimura and Batson, and to this day is one of the most sought after blanks for customized work. I'll be using a beautiful Shimano Ultegra 5500. This is a CI4, so it's much lighter than the regular 5500s, which I believe are the XSC models. I have Jerry Brown braid spooled on this. It's a great combination. I would say the biggest thing I brought in so far was a 30-pound plus stingray on this combo, and I just horsed it in. I mean, literally horsed it in. And I got my bell holder over here. And one nice thing about this type of rod, metal ferrules for strength. This is what one of the trademarks for IRWs are, the metal ferrules. Okay, so let's see what we can do today. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, notice I'm going with the three-way swivel. This is the good one. This is the 2-aught with the 3-aught. But you know, look at the line. See how the line is chafed a little bit all along here up to about here? It's from the last time I used this. Always check your line because that's a weak spot. It's gonna break there. So it's always good that we're gonna cut that out. You always inspect your lines before you go and use them, all right? It's a safety feature because you don't want to lose whatever you're gonna hit. Makes sense. So on this type of setup, the main line connects to here, and your lead line comes off of here, your bait line comes off here. So we're gonna make a simple Palomar. We're going to go through this. And you know, if you use mono doesn't slip very much, but braid will, especially when it's wet. So see how I got it to once already? I will modify it by looping it through twice. See that? Now it's looped through twice. So I can do my normal Palomar. Go around, got my loop. And you really don't have to wet the line for this because it's braid. Mono, yeah, you're gonna have to kind of wet it. See that? Pull it. Look at that. Look how nice that knot is. That's what we want. So we're gonna cut off the excess. Make sure you throw your excess in a bag because you don't want to litter. That's obvious already. So we have our swivel here. Now what we're gonna do is I got a piece of monofilament here, about 3 feet long. You're gonna make a loop knot. So we're gonna double it up like so. I'm gonna go through it once, and now one more time, twice. There we go. Loop knot. This is gonna be used for our lead line. So we're gonna put the loop knot through the swivel, like so. And I also have a loop knot on the other end of the swivel, okay? That's what it's gonna look like. And you notice that this one here, the free one, that's what we're gonna put our bait line on. So this one here, the open one, normally I would use, for this setup, I would use a 4-ounce pyramid. You know, it's pyramid because it's shaped like a pyramid. This cuts through the air really well, and when it hits the bottom, if it's sand, drag it back, these knobs will catch the sand. If it's hard reef, it'll also catch the hard reef. I love these things. I use this more than any other type of weight But since I'm going to be in a cove today and distance is not a factor, I just need to place it very well. I'm going to drop down to a 3-ounce bank, because where I'm going to be putting it is going to be within maybe 80 yards of where I'm going to be at, so I don't need distance today. So what you do is you put your loop through the hole, tighten it up. That's it. With the loop knot system, you want this to break in case it ever gets hung up on something. So like say for example, you're using 50-pound test braid, use 25-pound test mono. Those go roughly about half of that. So if you have to pull this will break, because you want to lose this. You don't want to lose your whole rig, because that's more expensive. Thanks. Okay, this is the hook I'm going to use today. It's a BKN. It's a self-setting hook. It's a full circle. Notice that when you look down the middle, I mean straight on like this, you notice how it's offset to one side. The offset ones are better because they're factory set like this, they're poured like this, and you get greater strength. It's a circle hook, which means that it won't go in, technically it won't go into the gut. The fish won't swallow first, because it should hook up along the jaw or the edges of the lip. That's a circle hook. This is a BKN number 22. I like the 18s, 20s, and 22s. It's a good size. So what I do is I'm going to have about 10 inches of hard mono leader here, all right? This is my midwater setup. I slid on 2 cork balls. So when this is set at the bottom, set at the bait line at the bottom, the corks will force it up. Now, a lot of times, the fish will be swimming at a distance. They may not catch a scent, but they'll visually intercept this. This is what I want, okay? Again, our 3-way swivel. So what I'm gonna do is gonna put the circle here that I made with the loop knot. I'm just gonna loop it through. I try to make things simple, yeah? I get everything prepared ahead of time before I get out here, because I don't do anything at the site. I just put everything together. That way I get my lines into the water faster. That's it. So what we got, see, from my main line to here. On this one here, this one coming down, we got our weight. This one here, as you notice, continues on to our bait line. Now, today's bait, I'm going to try some crabs later on, but I'm going to try some frozen shrimp at first. So, got my frozen shrimp here. I've been cutting off a lot of the tails, so I left with the heads, but there's a lot of meat in the head, a lot of scent. So what I normally do is I put the heads in my bait bags. Now, the bait bags are extremely good to use. You're gonna thank me for this, because I've caught big fish with the bait bags, and if you look at how I make them on my other videos, you'll see how. So what I do is I take the shrimp, whole shrimp, cut it. I save the heads. I put 2 heads in a bag, and I've caught quite a bit of fish doing that, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook this through one time, two times, like so, all right? And we're gonna get our Atlas Mike Miracle Thread. This stuff is so good. I really like this. And we're gonna use our Miracle Thread, which is kind of like rubberized thread. We're gonna just wrap it around the shrimp. And I'm gonna wrap it in 2 places. Sorry. See that? Wrapping it around. Come back. And when you're done, Look at that. That is on. That's not going anywhere. So already, see that? We got our main line to the three-way swivel, to the bait. The cork balls will float the bait up, so it'll make it visible to anybody passing by. We got our lead. We're all set. I already took my spike. I pounded my spike into the ground, actually into the water already. It's already at the water's edge. I'm gonna put a safety cord on it. It looks like this. I put a PVC tube in it so the metal won't abrade the side of the rod. It'll be nice and smooth and snug. We're all set to go. This is what it looks like before I cast it out. Very simple setup. All ready to go. Okay, we're just gonna simply toss it across this really shallow inlet here. Bring it back just here. That's it. Okay, now that we got our line out, notice that I already pounded a spike into the ground. So I'm gonna put the rod into the spike. Okay, and what we're gonna do is I got my safety cord all set up here. Is basically a laundry line with a binder clip on it. So what I do is I just twirl it around, make sure that I won't lose my setup here. Got my bell in case I get a hit. Put it there. Trust me, I'll hear that. Tighten up the line, and that's it. Everything's all set. All right, let's go catch us some live bait. Live bait always works better. There we go. Caught us a crab. That was easy. Got ourselves some live bait. Got some opie shrimp, glass shrimp in there too. Cool. But we just need the crab. Okay, got a hit. Small hit, but got a hit. There we go, we got something. This was, I put some shrimp on this one here. I was whipping with this. It was getting a little bit boring, so stuck some shrimp on. Figures just when I went to the bathroom, it hits. I gotta do this more often. When I go to the bathroom, or I open my can of soda, this is when I get a hit. Figures. Small hit, but it's still a hit. Kind of neat when the bell goes off. Coming in. I see color. Looks like papillo, which is a small trevally. Yep. Look at that. Ooh, he's all lit up. He's excited. All lit up. There he is. Whew. Nice little hit. Not bad. Not bad. That is a blue fin trevally. real pretty.